why we are creating VPC is that to provide a logically isolated network environment to host our AWS resources securely. So here I am creating VPC, only VPC. I'm giving my name is my VPC demo, and here I'm giving CIDR block 10.0.0 16. Next, I'm keeping the 10 default only. I'm keeping as it is. So I'm creating this VPC. Next, we have to. So this next I'm see here. This is my VPC, which is I created. We are using this VPC for all. Next, I'm creating subnets. We are creating subnets, two subnets, private and public. First, I'm creating. So here I'm giving my which one I created, that VPC, and here I'm giving my subnet name as my subnet, my private subnet. Availability is on anything I can give, that is not useful. Here I'm giving, see, that is here I'm giving 10.0.1.0 by 24. Why I'm creating private subnet host to host the private EC2 instance to secure the internal use. So I am created the private. Now let's create the public. So I'm giving my VPC. Here my public subnet. Here I'm giving 10.0.2.0 by 24. Availability is on anything. So why I'm creating public subnet is to use it for resource that needed internal access. Means nothing but Bastion Host. For Bastion Host, I'm creating this public subnet. So we can see here two, private subnet and public subnet. Here we have to edit the subnet associations. So let's see. Okay. First we have to create root tables. Here I am creating root table. Create a root table. Public. First I am giving public root table. It associates with the public subnet. This I am associating with public subnet. So create root table. It controls the traffic flow. That's why I am taking root tables. Private root table. So I created two root tables, private and public root tables. Here I have to edit. So I am giving my public root table. Here I have to edit subnet associations. I have to edit subnet associations. Here I have to connect to the public subnet. Here the private root table to the private subnet. I have to connect. So here I have connected. So we can see here. Now I have to create internet gateway. I'm creating internet gateway. I'm giving IGW my VPC. I'm attaching to the VPC. My VPC. It will allows communication between the private and the internet gateway, public and the internet gateway, public subnet and the internet gateway. Here I'm editing the route table. See, for public route table we have to edit one route. So I am connecting it to the public subnet with internet gateway. which one I created and editing the route table so that we can see. For private, we no need to edit the route. So no internet route. Here I am creating EC2 instance. First we are creating a public instance and private instance. First I am creating the public instance. Public machine, my VPC. Here key pair, I'm creating new key pair, that is VPC. And here we have to edit network settings. So we have to keep our VPC, which one we created, and private subnet. We are creating private, but so we have to give private subnet. Here auto assign is enable. You have to enable that. That's all. No need to change anything, and we have to launch the instance. We're launching the. Everything is clear. So we are here. Sorry, I have mistaken. You have to edit public subnet. I have given public name, so public subnet. Launch instance. So why I'm creating this is because Bastion Host service. It's secured as a gateway to access internal resources. Here I am creating the private instance. So why the private EC2 instance is isolated from the internet but associate from within the VPC. Here I am taking which one I created, that keeper. I am editing network settings. So my VPC, here private subnet as it is. As I have taken private name, we have to give private subnet. Everything is clear. Now here enable. Let's launch it. I have created instances also. You can see they are running. Now let's go to public machine and copy its IP4 address, and I'm using the git bash for command for executing this SSH keys. So I'm opening in git bash. Here I'm giving command cd. First I'm giving command cd downloads so that it will go to downloads. As I have downloaded that VPC PIM, that is a keyword. I'm connecting with PIM key, Bastion Host using PIM key. So in downloads you can see here vpc.pim. So I will get into it. So I'm using chmod 400 vpc.pm. This is my PIM key. So what it will do is secures the key file. Now I am giving command ssh -site vpc PIM ec2 user my address, IP4 address. What it will do is that the SSH command allows secure login from Bastion Host. Login to Bastion. As you can see, we got the host output. Now if we do for private machine also, we cannot log into it because it has no access to internet. So what I'm doing is that nano keeper, I have copied that keeper's code and I have to paste it here and save it and exit. So we have what we have to do to get our private IP address output is that we have to copy the private instances private IP address and paste it here, so that we jumped into Bastion host and we should paste it the private IP address here, so that we'll get the output of our private instances. See, I got it. So this is our public and private.